Hey there and welcome to this Festival Pro tutorial video. Today we're going to take a bit of a deeper dive into your contractors and crew up over here. And we're just going to go through the standard workflow, pulling these contractors into your system, assigning them the bits and pieces they need, adding things to their run sheet, setting up your production tasks for them, and getting, advanced information back from them, and so on and so forth. So in Festival Pro we have contractors. These are deemed as companies, such as A1 Waste Services here, who underneath them will have a bunch of crew. And then we have add crew. Now, this is individual crew workers. To add somebody new, we just click on add new, on add contractor. And here we need to put in the contractor name, first name, last name, and email address. And it's good to set the type of contact as contractor. Now, much like the artists, we can come in here and we can start setting any other bits and pieces that we might need. But in this case, generally you will just want to confirm them and do all of that on your view all confirmed contractor screen. Once you've added your people in, you can also pull them in via a form. If you have a form you want to send them, they can fill that in as long as the primary contact details are on that form. And you can obviously also import via a CSV their contact information. But once they're in here, one way or another, we can then start adding bits and pieces to them. So we have a look on A1 Waste Services. We can come in here and start setting their accreditation, how many backstage or production passes they might have, how many different vehicle passes they might have. But we might not even know what this is going to be at this point. So this is where it depends on your event and what kind of thing you're doing. Every event's different, so it really does depend. But some events will have a accreditation request form, and we have a basic version of this here, our crew accreditation request form. And if we go into settings on this, we can just see we're asking how many crew passes, production passes, security passes do you need? Maybe you could ask equipment. Do they need golf carts? Do they need cranes? Are there any things that these people are going to require from you before you dish out the information? If there is, then we can edit that form as and how you need it, and then send it off to, say, A1 Waste Services form. This is an auto login form, so you would just have to make sure that there is a template for this. And in this case, we have the Contractor Advance, but we want to set up the one for the request. So we add a new email template. We can call this Contractor Requests. Please tell us what you need. We can go into Mail Merge, down to Forms. And in here, you can see all of your forms. And it's going to say next to them public or auto login. And we can see up here, we have our crew accreditation request form. So we can just take this and add this to the template. And there it is, contractor request. So let's just go back to our A1 Waste Services, and we can email these guys the contractor request form. And when they open up the link, they're going to be able to request anything that they might need. Say 13 crew passes, 10 crew backstage passes, whatever it might be. But of course, what people want is not always what they will get. So once you've done your request form, if it's applicable to your event, we can kind of come in here, view those registrations, and you can decide whether you're going to give these people what they ask for or not. So in this case, they wanted 13 backstage passes. Well, actually, we can go into the monitor icon and we can say that we're going to give them 4 crew passes, 3 backstage passes, and 1 crew AAA pass. Under the Contractors and Crew panel, in here we've got the select to confirm the contractor. We can also add new contractor types and mark them down. The budget and quote is to put in what you originally budgeted for this particular service. There's a radio allocation thing where you can say how many radios that they're going to require. If you like, you can put in the radio numbers. And contractor fee here, this is going to be the amount that you finally agreed to pay your contractors. And now if we go to the run sheet, This is where we can start assigning tasks for them if we like. If you want to generate a schedule for your crew, we can say perhaps these guys are going to have to do the lighting install on the main stage. It's going to be done on the Monday, 10:30 a.m. and it should be completed by 11:30 p.m. Perhaps we add another one. Also on the main stage, we want them to do the lighting test, and this will be on the Tuesday at 11 p.m. until 11:45 p.m. So we can save these runtime items against any of your contractors, or indeed any of your individual crew. And then when you actually view A1 Waste Services, you'll see that these tasks have appeared under Run Sheet. We can click on the schedule here and see that that is there. Once we've added all their bits and pieces, the run sheet, the accreditation, whatever else you might require, it's time to have a quick look at our Contractor Advance. We can have a look at our Contractor Advance here. And we can see we've got the crew pass, which is grouped with the estimated arrival and departure time of that crew member, along with how many meal tickets we're going to allow them to have. We can see that this is synced across, this is limited to max general accreditation. This is syncing those meal allocations over. We're asking for the insurance documents, and they can sign on the bottom. You can edit this to whatever it is that you might need for your particular Contractor Advance, but the process of sending them remains the same. We can go to all of our confirmed. You can click on an email address to individually email it, or you can just bulk email either to everybody here or anyone on your search results. And we can come down here, go to our Contractor Advance, and then we can send this. Your contractor is going to get an email that looks a little something like this. Again, you can edit this by changing the email template under Files and Templates, and it will mail merge in any of the bits that we've submitted against their profile underneath. And your contractor is going to be able to click in here, and now they're going to be able to put in their crew names up to the maximum of what you've allowed them in their pass allocation. And they can also select the meals for these staff, upload their documentation, and sign and return this to you. If we just have a quick look at the Contractor Advance that's been completed for A1 Waste Services, and we can see this here. On the back end, you get to list via the registrations of your Contractor Advance, and you just view theirs, and we can see here's all the names of their crew. Here's the tickets that have been generated against it. We can view those tickets down here. And this is the same ticket they'll use to claim their meal vouchers. The run sheet that we were setting up earlier also has a calendar. We go to Dashboard, we look at our widgets, and here we can bring up the run sheet. We can have a little look at the days of the week. We can come in week view and go over to this Monday that we were doing earlier. And we can see here's that one, A1 Waste Services, that we brought in to do the lighting. I believe this one is the lighting install. And we can flip this by activity, so we can actually see here's the lighting install and who it's being done by. And any edits we make here are going to automatically edit on your contractor's schedule. So perhaps we change this from A1 Waste Services doing lighting to perhaps doing, let's say, hospitality loadout. And then if we view A1 Waste Services, we can see that that has changed now here to hospitality loadout. And the key is when you send them their schedule, which we can do in the same way we would do artists or anyone else, we just send the schedule email template. We can see that this automatically updates the link that they're sent. So they can click the up-to-date schedule link in the email. We can see this got them on hospitality loadout. So if you have to change anything at last minute, as long as they check that they're going to get always the latest up-to-date information. And we can just go back to the run sheet here, and we'll have another look at this job on Monday. And again, maybe we move this task location, so it'll still be hospitality loadout, but we're going to move them over to the second stage. And because we've done that, if we refresh this schedule, we can see that has now moved and changed accordingly. So it's a good way to make sure that your contractors know exactly what is expected of them and when the live schedule is set to begin. And then all these tickets that you get generated via your Contractors and Crew, they are obviously all scannable via our Android or iOS apps, and it's worth having a quick look at the how to scan section of the documentation if you need any further clarification on those bits. I do hope this video has helped you get started with the Contractors and Crew within Festival Pro.
Never gonna